Hey there, and welcome to the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Community Race for Friday night. My name is Sheep Launcher. I'm here with Stoppable Force. Want to give an especially warm welcome to those of you who are just joining on to the community race after the really exciting Adamant Cup. Stoppable Force, how are you? Are you really excited for a community race?
I really am. As much as I love our tournaments, I also love the community races when they're back. I love club season. I just love the variety that comes around now. And I am hyped for a community race.
Very much so. And we have four spectacular racers on Restream. We have Commander Leonhardt, Dr. Cossack, Enja Dave, and Harumph. And we are playing the standard ladder flags. Stoppable Force. Chaos is a ladder, but flags is a ladder? What's going on here?
I do not know.
No,
Oh
these
man,
are
this is going to be interesting after a few months of completing 7 out of 7 objectives and seeing all 17 key items. We're looking at four out of 5 here, and a couple of very important keys in tonight's flag set. It looks like.
yeah. The objectives: defeat the Baron Castle Basement Throne, complete Cave Bahamut, complete Cave Magnus, defeat the king at the Town of Monsters, and liberate Baron Castle. That basically means there are 3 key items to go mode: that Darkness Crystal, a way to get underground, and the Baron Key.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that we get one of those right off the bat, just to really make them sweat. But it'll be interesting to see what they get here. We got a Sid start. I'm never unhappy to see an early Sid. Nice beefy starting character.
Yeah, it's an early Sid to get you through some of those overworld checks. Pair him with a Wake Kid and Shepherd, the little mage, to get some levels, and you're really cooking.
Then Sid can sit back in his retirement and sling cure potions and ethers and just prop up his protege.
Yeah, he'll be an anchor in his old age. But want to thank our tracker, Beauty in Discovery, and our restreamer, Asuka, for rolling this and for making sure all the pretty pictures get going. And it looks like we are underway. We're glad to have you with us.
Yep, we hope you all are as excited as we are. And speaking of kids,
Well, that's
and
a
there's the magma key.
wow. So underground already open, and Dr. Luge handing us a magma key, and the entire blue planet is open to us.
Yeah, there is so many options available right now. How do you decide what to do first at this point?
Yeah, it's almost like a kid in the candy store. You just want to grab everything. But we'll see how our runners want to do it. That is a Porum, by the way, a white mage. Probably a black mage would be a little more useful early on, but a white mage, you're never going to say no.
It's a child, and eventually she'll be useful, or an anchor. Here we are. Looks like we got three out of 4 runners going to check out what Eddie's hanging on to. Maybe they're hoping for the Baron key, get another free item right off the bat. Harumph, however, going to check out the loot in Evelyn Castle.
And Eddie is really proud to show us he's taking archery lessons. That's nice.
That's really pleasant of him. He's, I guess he can't use that bow since he's bedbound right now, but he'll let someone else hang on to that.
Now I'm wondering if he ended up in that bed as a result of an unfortunate bow accident.
Ooh, yeah, gotta be careful around archery ranges. That's very easy to have an accident there. So hopefully Edward recovers quickly. Best wishes to Edward.
Enja Dave trying to get some useful loot. The treasure is T Wildish on these flags tonight. Nothing too spectacular in the public treasury.
Yeah, I see Harumph pulling things out like I believe I just saw a crystal or ribbon ring or a ribbon, a ninja sword, black shirts, lots of fun stuff in Evelyn Castle on this difficulty.
Yeah, and a protect ring as well.
And some monsters, which he doesn't want to see. Leonhardt and Dr. Cossack look like they're going straight underground.
Tier 3's for sale in uh, the Troya bar shop.
Who doesn't need a Cure 3 after a long night out?
Exactly. That's what we call an IV. And both Commander Leonhardt and Dr. Cossack going to go straight underground. Do some shopping. Check that free key item in the Land of Summon Monsters. And Commander Leonhardt, the runner of the people, going to check that Job Dwarf immediately.
Even before the loot, we learned the Job Dwarf is a medical assistant. Thank you, Commander Leonhardt.
Yes, thank you for your service. We salute you, Commander.
Looks like NG Dave getting his little bit of gear here on the Sid and Poor. I'm going to go see who's on Mount Hobbs. Give us another character check for this seat. I'm finally checking out Edward. Going to get his bow. Hourglass Who's for sale in Tom Run. That's really nice.
And the Mount Hobbs character is a Tella. Just staring down a Dark Knight Cecil, not a threat at this spot. And Tella's going to be really useful.
Yeah, these Porum's not going to live through this. Surprisingly, Tella will, but...
Dr. Cossack picked up an Earth Hammer on the way down, and a Ninja Hat. Not bad at all.
No, really nice to see that with that Sid. Especially going to trivialize some of the overworld checks when they get back up there, because we do have the back row glitch on this setting, I believe, so he will be able to sit in the back and... since he came with a bow, and fire off some quakes, or wield that nice elven bow from Edward if we run into something that's weak to mages.
Yeah, and the Earth Hammer, if you use it as an item, also casts a weak quake. So if you encounter maybe a tricky alt gauntlet early on, it can be a way to do some AoE damage.
Yeah, especially nice for Gauntlet, or maybe the Calcabrenna in a spot where they don't have a ton of HP to split between each other.
And Dr. Cossack did pick up the Pan from the Land of Summon Monsters, so even more key item checks, and the Dream of Single Dipping Fabul alive and well.
That's really where you always want to find your Pan there, is just in the Fey March, so you can just make that one big swing underground. Finds a dwarf axe there. That'll really help. It'll really help later when Sid is retiring into the life of a agility anchor. For now, though, just helpful to set him in the back row.
Yeah, so we have a lot of chaos going early on. Enja Dave going to duck into that antlion cave. If this looks fun to you and you're not already part of the ladder, get on in there. The Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise ladder is a kind of sorting mechanism where you sign up for a race and you get paired with somebody of equal skill level, or roughly equal skill level, and the more you race, the more it knows just how good you are. And it's a really fun way to play 1v1 against all kinds of people.
Yeah, and we were mentioning earlier the variety going on right now. The ladder is also just kind of always got built-in variety year-round due to the sets of flags. Finding Commander Leonhardt, seeing the blue robe at the Queen of Summon Monster spot, I guess hoping for a free water hag, and instead turning up the alt gauntlet. Opts out for now. And NG Dave finding the pass in Antlion Cave.
Dr. Cossack, meanwhile, getting a holy sword from bonking Yong on the head. And Cecil is restricted on these flags, but definitely going to maybe prioritize those character checks.
Yeah, definitely maybe turning in your sand rubies, checking your moon altars. Although that pass does kind of we've once again reduced the number of key items we need, since we only need 4 out of 5. If we find a Baron key and a heart before we find a darkness crystal, moon? What moon?
Yeah, I mean, the moon would be utterly optional in that event. Harumph is going to take down Leviathan and get his pass. And both Enja Dave and Harumph found a Stardust Rod, and using the Stardust Rod as an item to take down Leviathan easy peasy.
Yeah, Stardust Rod is one of those items you just love to see for these overworld checks, just the clearing power of it when used as an item, and then it's, an amazing rod as well.
So is Coca-Cola going to make a Stardust Rod flavored drink as part of their new line?
I hope so. I can't wait to see what it ends up tasting like, though. The space one they made tasted like graham crackers. So, what do you think a Stardust Rod would taste like?
Yeah, it tastes like it. I think it tastes like burning most of all, because that packs a punch.
Just like charcoal and carbon. That's appropriate for stars, right?
Right, exactly. Maybe a little bit of like lemon lollipop flavor.
Delightful.
Pop Rocks?
Oh, yes. Just Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks are there to replicate the sound of a Stardust Rod going up.
Harumph is going to make the climb up Mount Ordeals. An interesting play here. Wants to get that Tela online.
Yeah, only one key item check, but gets Tela online and gives him info on where 3 bosses are. And with the Stardust Rod, there's not going to be on a black shirt. Not going to be a whole lot to stand in the way of Tela just raining stars on everyone here.
No, although the MP underflow glitch not on.
Yeah, no infinite telemedias without working for it, like giving him a Soma drop. Interesting. Dr. Cossack, with the help of those Hourglass 2s from Tomura, taking on the Mad Ogre chest here. Sid making quick work of them with the Ogre Axe. And poor on life glitch, and then get a little extra XP there. Just a fun vanilla glitch that we have turned on in Free Enterprise tonight.
Sure. Getting some arty arrows out of it.
Not too bad. I believe Sid's best weapon ends up being Artemis Arrow and Artemis Bow for most of the game, so if you can find the matching bow.
And a kind of French vanilla invasion of Fabul, just one blue robe. The Water Hag quickly dispatched by Commander Leonhardt.
Harumph finding the first spot of Ordeals. A different fiend today, kind of not so. And in the back is a Mist Dragon.
And the king giving us the Darkness Crystal.
Oh, no. And the seed is wide open 10 minutes in. Amazing.
Yeah, I hope you weren't looking for, like, direction. Or because the world is your oyster.
Any kind of guidance or clear path, because now you've got everything you need. Sheila has just an apple right there. But let's see what the Pan gives when she gets it back. The Twin Harp.
And that is a pretty required Fabul.
Yeah, that Fabul is chock full of value.
And that is an early harp. Once Commander makes the climb up Ordeals, might want to think about turning in that harp early. Not a bad party for it.
Yeah, Purim and Tela aren't going to be super useful in there, but Sid can basically handle whatever's in there on his own right now.
Of course, Commander immediately going to summon the big whale. There's a character check. There's a shop check. Might want to check out what's in Cave Bahamut. If you find a siren and you have hourglasses, maybe you could do a little cheeky dragon grind. But most importantly, that's a gated character check. And Commander already knows that he has an Excal.
Yeah, if you can go up there and find somebody to hold that holy sword for you, then then the seed is even more of your oyster than it already is by being full.
Harumph takes care of the D-Mist in the back attack. Since Edward did have a key item for us, and in case you missed it, it was an Elven Bow. No boss hunt required. Rydia's mom does not have a key item in Mist after defeating the Mist Dragon.
Unfortunately, just means we have no reason to go to Mist unless we want to burn it down and check for a Cecil.
When you put it that way.
No reason to visit a town except burn it down to see if there's a paladin inside. Harumph finding the Adamant Rock on Mount Ordeals and a Lunar Sparkle inside the Trial Cave. Let's see who's out of the pool. It's Oko Poko.
You know, it's a bummer because Ogopogo in some spots is just about the nastiest boss in the game. Up in the changing room, only has 1,000 HP, and really, Asuka just being way too kind.
Yeah, really just handing things to our runners on a silver platter. Here's the key items you need. Here's a way to open up the entire map. Here's Ogopogo with 1,000 hit points. Asuka, you're just too nice.
Commander checking the Moon Altar. Who'd you like to see here?
I mean, obviously, I would like to see a Cecil, but hey, Rosa's not too bad.
Not too bad at all. And we already got a bow for her. If she doesn't come with one already, Elven bow, pretty nice bow for her. And might want to start checking weapon shops to see if there are decent arrows. Like charm arrows can really work against some bosses.
Yeah, I think we've actually seen charm arrows in one shop. I don't know who. I mean, we've got 4 runners here, but I believe I saw somebody picking up some charm arrows for their Cid at one point. So there might be some around. Cossack checking the Baron in checks. I blinked and missed the first boss, but here's Mom Bomb in the second spot.
It was a really quick Octoman. Mom Bomb in the second spot, not fun.
No, this is fast. Not as fast, but extremely punchy here.
Yeah.
Although only doing 9 damage to that Cid. So yikes.
Yeah, that Cid is just gonna tank in the back row. As long as he doesn't get caught in the explode phase, he should be doing okay. Mom Bomb, very slow, like all bosses, very slow at this spot. It does pack a wallop, but Cid is doing the same.
Yeah, Porum goes down, but not before getting a Berserk off on Cid. There's Harumph going through the same Octomam. Not too bad. Leonhardt returning from the moon. And NG Dave just checking out the circus of values that is Fabul Castle today.
And Commander Leonhardt showing us the Cave Bahamut that is most likely going to be required. It contains a Dark Elf. What do you think of that?
So I actually like it there. The magic is actually not low, so his little fire, ice, lightning trio isn't going to do too much. There's actually a chance, I think, that he could whiff his piggy. Of course, if he gets off a physical attack, he's going to punch somebody. But I really like it with that Tello, because if you can deal enough damage to get him into phase 2, you can weak him and essentially just skip phase 2 after that.
Yeah. Once changes into dragon form, weak to status ailments, so can use those Hourglass 2s we saw for sale, I believe in Tamra, and can also use weak or give Stone a try.
You can try it, although not the coffins, which we actually did see in the Fate March. So here's Commander Leonhardt getting his Tella. So Cid and a full party of mages now just sitting through these 50 HP Dark Waves. Good try, Cecil.
Dr. Cossack did get the package, forgets which village he's going to burn down. Now he's got it figured out.
Thinks about burning down Kaipo. Finds a Palom. I think no, it was another Porum. I'm so bad with the kids. No, that was a Palom.
It was a green robe, orange cape, which means it was a Palom, which he already has. He got in Baronin.
Yeah, you don't need 2 of them. So question from chat, Neki as in naked. Yes, the C Neki flag, kind of a joke. Our characters don't start with any armor, and they will start with a random weapon that they can equip.
Yeah, the vanilla equipment for the characters is whatever would come when they initially join your party in the regular game. For example, Cid has a wooden hammer and a prisoner robe. But in C Neki, they instead start with no armor and a very low level weapon. And so that really reduces the immediate effectiveness of, say, Edge.
Yeah, it's interesting. It serves as kind of a tamp on the power of, say, Edge and Fusoya, who come with in-game equipment. But then it can actually be a boon for some characters. Like Dark Knight Cecil actually stands a chance of starting with his best sword, since it's not a great sword.
Yeah, Dark Knight Cecil can only equip, what, 3 swords? And you get a 1 in 3 chance of getting one that's actually useful, because the black sword is the only one you can actually use to inflict any kind of damage at all.
Yeah, I like those odds.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Exactly. Tell me the odds. Oh, okay, those are the odds. Thank you.
I appreciate the information. And so now that everybody has done their tour of the underworld, it looks like everybody is going to start cleaning up on the overworld checks, Baron Inn, Mount Ordeals. And Harumph, the last to drop his magma key down the well.
Yeah, Harumph has been diligently clearing some of the overworld stuff. Now going to go pick up some of that nice stuff in the underworld here.
And Jadave decides it's moon time.
Hopefully, he won't be too disappointed with his Rosa. Be interested to see if he does anything up there with a shop and character check. Really want to see if anybody tries to cheekily take on that dark elf at a low level.
Rump found a whistle in the Tomra treasury. Not very useful in these flags, but sells for a bunch.
I did not know that about the whistle. That is interesting.
Yeah, it sells for something like 20,000 or something.
You can tell how many times I've sold a whistle to the shopkeepers. I had no idea. It's always educational here.
You know how to sell a whistle, right?
How?
You put your hands together and give.
I usually just put mine back in the box where I found it and say no thank you for the whistle.
The whistle was always like the worst Cracker Jack prize. Like, if I am gonna get a cheap piece of plastic, I really don't want one that I have to stick in my mouth.
I'm just gonna let that comment sit. Harumph now checking the same thing everyone has, finding the monster's chest. There is a chance that our runners will want to take on that warrior chest not too long from now, but I don't think anybody's really got their Palom up to Quake levels yet.
And Harumph finding that basically everything Sid needs is on the first floor of the walk down to the Land of Seven Monsters, a Zeus Gauntlet and the Ogre Axe.
Yeah, the Zeus Gauntlet is an especially nice pickup in here. But the Ogre Axe is just, it's really just Sid Central down here. This is the Land of Summon Sid gear.
Yeah.
Alright, Dr. Cossack walking out of Fabul, his pockets stuffed with goodies. Let's see where he goes next.
Commander Leonhardt gonna climb the mountain to get his sage to remember everything.
Yeah, sage is definitely much more useful when they have more than a few useful spells. I mean, not that blink and exit aren't great to start out with, but it'd really be good if he knew everything.
And typically I start forgetting things the more physical exertion I do, but Tella's just built different.
Yeah, Tella needs to climb a mountain and fight 3 monsters and look at a room full of mirrors. I don't really like houses of mirrors. They kind of make me uneasy, but for Tella, evidently, it's just like, hey, now I know how to do everything. I can see infinity.
It's always good to reflect on what you are and what you can become. I think that's the metaphor there.
I would assume so. Also, sometimes if you stare at a monster too long, at a mirror too long, a monster will come out and weakly attempt to hit you, I guess.
Yes, and sometimes you stare at the mirror and you find the monster is within you, and it's Ogopogo.
There is one snake inside you.
And Kainatsu, a triple threat here as everybody save Harumph, taking on the turtle at the top of the mountain. I would not trust a turtle at the top of a mountain. I really wouldn't.
Yeah, how did he get up there? Where is he gathering that water from?
You know how you don't trust seafood like more than 100 miles from the ocean?
Yeah, or like off a buffet.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with turtles.
Look at that grin. There's nothing.
There's nothing behind that.
Just one brain cell up on a mountain. Alright, Dr. Cossack threw first to demist, but now everyone else gets to fight it too. Harumph now diving in to go bonk Yang with a pan, get that Excal, and then not have a Cecil in his party and be sad about it.
So, Dr. Cossack, I believe, berserked that Sid, and no, he did not. Okay, great. The Sid did get an attack off late, and he got cold misted, but he did not berserk the Sid, which is good for him.
Yeah, sometimes part of taking on demist at high HP spots can be when do I berserk, so that we can, clear it in one round of berserking, but if you do it wrong, you're just looking at the cold mist animation over and over and over until you can kill your berserker. Which sometimes is the correct tactic.
And over on the left side, with both Commander Leonhardt and Engine Dave, we see something we haven't seen in a while, at least if you've been watching the tournament, a 5-member party.
But we can have that? It's not 4 like every other Final
possible.
Fantasy? Or 3 like some of the later ones?
I know, it's pretty unreal.
Yeah, I remember, I think after I got eliminated for the second time from brackets in Adamant Cup, I went and played a Seed of the Week that had a full party, and when I got that 5th party member, I was like, oh no, something's wrong. The seed is broken.
Yeah, it just goes to show that the tournament is but one way to play Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. It's endlessly customizable. And it really is a lot of fun to just poke around. And the tourney flags were fun. The group stage flags were great. The bracket stage flags were a real test of skill. But it's fun to just roll the seed with some other flags as well.
Yeah, even if you don't want to compete on, or honestly, I was playing a Lit 3 seed the other night for fun on purpose, and just since the goal is really just complete it more than complete it quickly, I was actually taking the time to talk to the NPCs, and it reminded me of all the hard work that the devs have done to give all the NPCs in the game unique and funny dialogue. So talk to your local NPCs if you haven't.
Lucy Lou. Yes, talk to all the dwarves in Dwarf Castle. Talk to all the NPCs. They're very witty and helpful.
Yeah, and it also changes between patches, I've discovered. So there's some that's definitely different from what I remember before.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I need to, with the new version, I need to go in and do another all NPC seed.
Hey, that's the content that people are clamoring for out here. All right, we finally have someone going to do something new. Dr. Cossack is picking up his black chocobo, and he is going to Cape Magnus.
He is not going to check the choco butt, though.
No, which is a shame, because the chocobutt is usually a valuable choco. Where is he flying? There we go. Dr. Cossack briefly loses control of his bird. Enters Cape Magnus, leaves Cape Magnus. We may have controller issues here. Maybe just really didn't want to encounter that magnetic field.
You know, the magnetic field, you never know what's going to happen when that magnetic field goes into effect.
Well, it turns out you just can't use anything that's made of metal every time. But for a sec, you never know. Maybe this will be the one where they finally glue Kane to the ceiling by reversing gravity.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I have seen it happen thanks to a wyvern that cast a magnet. It targeted Kane. Kane jumped, wyvern cast magnet, and Kane never came back.
He's my friend, but not my best.
Oh man, yeah, Dr. Cossack making a lot of different stops there in Cave Magnus. I really hope he isn't having controller trouble. That would be a shame.
It would be, but
making extra sure he has the twin heart before he starts this dialogue. Very good.
The problem with having twins is that it's really hard to equip metal onto them.
A little bit. You're gonna have some kind of, usually a ring. Iron rings, very popular for that. Commander Leonhard strode so confidently there into Dwarf Castle, I kind of thought maybe he was going to go fight the bosses. And he is.
He is going to check it out anyway. Has a full party, and that's a free boss to start. King Queen Evelyn.
You'll love to see it, although you'd probably rather see them somewhere harder, but you know, at least given how easy the second boss is, having a free one for first, not bad.
Well, it's a good thing Harumph is playing this race and doesn't actually have to listen to this.
But for everyone else, enjoy DJ Spoonie B's Rockin' Tunes.
Wonderful rendition of a song from Earthbound, as both Dr. Cossack and Engine Dave get their hooks. Meanwhile, Commander Leonhard through Dwarf Castle got his Cecil, just what he was looking for.
You'll love to see it. Now you can just give him that Excalibur. If you found that, any of that gear from earlier that we've seen lying around, the Zeus gauntlets, the power shirts, our man.
Yeah, definitely. That Excal, of course, is what he's looking for, but he did ditch that Sid, so the Zeus Gauntlet is opened up to him. And it's just time to sit back and let Cecil do his thing. You can back row glitch him. Really, the time to let Cecil go to work.
Hey, do you want an Excal? How about second Excal?
And the warp glitch gives the Earth Crystal. It's party rock time.
Yeah, that's really nice. There could be some really fun stuff in the treasury on T Wildish. Dr. Cassick finding sirens in Cave Evelyn. That's really nice. If you say find a paladin and want to level it up real quick.
Do want to thank our restreamer Asuka and our tracker Beauty and Discovery for helping us out tonight. We're having a lot of fun. Engine Dave and Dr. Cossack, the only ones who have done objectives so far. You got to do 4 out of 5 of the objectives to get the crystal.
Yep, it's really nice. This feels like a nice kind of just a really nice and different kickoff to club season. And it's the ladder standard set available.
Yeah, available on the ladder, running every so often. But the Monday and Friday night community races are going to have these flags next week as well.
Wasn't sure if we're gonna do a standard or maybe a ladder hard. I don't know what they call the next step up.
Yeah,
ladder difficult.
Well, something new that's happening in community races this time around is that the flags are going to be the same for 2 weeks. So 4 races, Monday, Friday, with the same flags. So ladder standard flags this week and next week.
There you go. So if you like this, come back for more next week. Oh no, Cleanheart's not going to throw away that ninja hat, is he? Ninja hats are great.
Well,
it's
better than throwing away a ninja shirt.
No, that's true. Well, there's a bandana and a power shirt, so Cecil is not fully equipped. Oh, Cecil already had a ninja hat. Never mind.
Yeah, I believe Commander already had a power shirt for that Cecil, but Harumph, meanwhile, not ditching the Sid, instead ditching the Tella for that Cecil.
Interesting. Perhaps definitely still thinking of using the Sid later in the game as a anchor.
Meanwhile, Dr. Cossack and Engine Dave finding the Foo in the hook route.
Really emphasizing how these locked character checks can just shield these wonderful restricted characters. We already got a Cecil on one side. Here's an old man who knows a bunch of spells. But not Tella, different old man.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah, the old man from the moon.
And Engine Dave likes his party. He's got twins, a Sid, a Foo, and a Rosa, and he's deciding now's a good time to grind.
That's not too bad, even if all he's doing is grinding out to a level or two where he can get to the next objective he wants to do. I'm always an advocate of the grind early, grind often. I don't like my one long grind. I want to get to just where I can do the next thing.
The Fusoya challenge is on. In the regular game, Fusoya already comes with all of his spells. In this, he gets 3 extra spells for every boss you defeat.
Yeah, really adds value to some of those checks, like Mount Ordeals with 3 bosses, Dwarf Castle with 2, even just poking your head into the Mist Cave to bop whoever's in there, because they're not going to be too strong.
Commander did check that package. Wonder who he would sit through that package for. Maybe that Foo.
Uh, Maybe. I think I might even be hard pressed to sit through the package cutscene for a foo. That's a long time to sit in a race where you know that not that far in, the entire scene was wide open, and you're basically all hunting for a Baron key. Which really is the trick. Where has Asuka hidden the Baron key today?
That is the question. So, all of the checks available on the overworld have been checked by one runner or another, except for the Earth Crystal. And then you have the summon bosses in the Land of Summon Monsters and the entire moon.
Yeah, that's still a lot of checks, and especially when you consider the Fey March and the Moon, that's some of our more power-hungry checks. I'm personally going to say Keyless Tower probably has it. We'll see who wants to make that run up first.
Rumpf is going to forge that Excal.
Wow, it is just an Excal, right?
I believe so.
Okay, maybe just maybe hanging out for a backup. I mean, it's not too bad if you run into an edge somewhere. It's always nice to have one Excal to have and one Excal to throw.
You want more power shirts?
How about some more Zeus gauntlets? How about ribbons? How did he forge a ribbon? We don't know. We don't ask.
Well, he can do more than just forge. I think Kokol has just shown that he's a pretty talented guy.
Yeah, really calling him Kokol the Smith is just kind of limited. He's really like Kokol the I can do. Kokol's MacGyver is what it boils down to.
He can fix everything what needs fixing.
Yeah, he's like, please, I'm going to take this rock and this sword, and I made a knife for a small child.
Dave gets his Cecil and the more disposable twin. Gets the boot.
Yep, adios Porum. Twin magic has reached the end of its use, and we already have a Rosa. So there's only room for one white mage in this organization, and I'm afraid we're going to have to let you go. But don't worry, you'll get back on your feet before long.
Yeah. What do you think is the severance package for a small child?
I think it's whatever gear she can carry out the door. Dr. Cossack has his party, has his 30 sirens. I wonder if we're just going to see Dr. Cossack go ahead and do his whole grind right here. Trying to figure out what in Fusoya's menu can kill an egg.
And gonna try the stone on the off-center Fusoya, and we'll get it.
There we go. Beauty Discovery saying maybe Porum's severance package was a pillowcase full of candy. I love it. Except that sounds more like something you would give to Palom. Palom really seems like he's probably got a sweet tooth.
No, basically you don't want to give the pillowcase full of candy to Palom because he's already eaten like 2 tons of candy today.
See, it's perfect though. It's perfect though if you're dismissing it because you give him the pillowcase full of candy and then you send him back to the Mysidian Elder. He's no longer your problem.
Yeah, the Mysidian Elder's like, oh, I wish this is the first time this has happened to me.
He teleports everywhere.
All right, well, should we hear some more music? Peanut cheese bars, really?
Yeah, it's an actual food item that they sell in Saturn Valley, which that is the theme to. And I mean, I don't know, something about that sounds good.
Hmm. I,
Harumph taking on some Magus sisters here, and uh, it seems to be going a little rough.
yeah, and actually using that Elven Bow Artie arrow on Cecil.
Yeah, the so we didn't really talk about it because obviously we've been listening to the music, but that Elven bow that we've gotten from Edward has really been coming in handy because not only do we have these Magus sisters down here, that Asura in Cave Magnus is considered a mage, therefore is weak to any arrow you can fire out of that Elven bow.
Yeah, so elves apparently really hate mages, and that's why the Elven Bow is so effective against them.
I guess they've some kind of anti mage warfare tool. If this were a FromSoft game, there would be exactly one line of lore in the description of the Elven Bow that would explain why elves don't like mages, and you'd have to deuce the rest.
You piece it together from the flavor text on Magic the Gathering cards.
That's how I do everything.
Yeah, I've created entire lores that way. Well, Harumph getting a little bit of a grind in, I suppose, with the sisters resurrecting themselves.
Well, I mean, that's one way to get XP. I initially wondered if perhaps we were trying for some cover strats with this Cecil. But having him in the front row like that says, no, we were just trying to fight these normally, and it's going horribly awry. Oh, that Cecil has the Elven Bow. Nice.
Does get Cindy down.
Yeah. Oh, that's really nice. Except now we only have the one of who can charm. So pray she doesn't charm Cecil when you're through this fight. Probably. There we go. Well done.
Harumph done it. Very nicely done. And kept his anchor down, so even better.
Yeah, his anchor and his backup anchor both safe on the floor. And there's the Baron key.
Ow! Absolutely required. And Harumph is in go mode.
So Moon entirely optional.
Except for Cape Bahamut.
You only do 4 out of 5. So you can do the 2 Baron objectives, the King and Cape Magnus.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, Moon. Ozzy rolled a completely optional Moon.
Yeah, you definitely want to liberate that Baron Castle. Check out who is on the throne. Not many bosses that you'd completely ditch that Baron throne for to tangle with the Dark Elf up on the moon.
Yeah, I definitely want to peek at the Odin throne because especially since we've got access to Cecil and Fu, we've got gear for everybody in our party. We've got the sirens available to us, so we don't even need to go to the moon to grind on bosses or traps or sirens.
Yeah, as Dr. Cossack is showing us, getting quite a few levels on eggs down in the underground.
Before going into just completely obliterate King and Queen Evelyn here.
Yeah, it's always sad to see them not have a chance.
Leonhardt finally going to Antland Cave to pick up his pass. It's gonna be interesting to see where they go from here. Do you want Cape Bahamut or do you want the Odin throne? I really think that's probably the decision point here. Or in Harumph's case, what can I do to avoid going to Cape Magnus?
Yeah, would Harumph take on both Cape Bahamut and the basement throne to avoid going to Cape Magnus?
I think if a notorious harp check disliker Harumph had the option to not go to Cape Magnus at all, I think he would take it.
And Dr. Luge here in the first spot. Especially with an Excal Cecil with a couple of levels on it, not going to be an issue.
Yeah, this is yeah, Balnab goes down before even getting to punch Dr. Luge. At this point, I think Harumph is just holding A.
Yeah, the doctor does not even get any dialogue out.
Man, it is weird to not see Dr. Luge even get to talk a little, but not unwelcome.
Shut up.
I don't want to hear about how you're going to control him manually. Just do it.
Oh, was this a real fight? I guess I will never know.
Goodbye, Dr. Luge. Alright, we got our first Baron Throne today, and it's Golbez, so that's going to be a little slow at least.
The Baron Castle is just a house of people who like to talk.
It is dialogue city up here. We have Dr. Luge who wants to talk about his robot. We have Golbez who wants to talk about feeding his dragon.
So yeah, if you're hanging out in Baron Castle, make sure you have your earplugs.
Does that make Golbez one of those people who just constantly wants to talk about their pets? Look at my dragon. Here's what I've been feeding him lately. Ugh, no one has a dragon but you, Golbez. Look, I'm attacking myself here too. I have 3 cats. I talk about them way too much. I am one of those people. It's me. I'm the Golbez.
No, and Golbez also making excuses for Shadow not getting the job done. Like, you make excuses for your pets. Oh, typically they're friendly, but, you know, there must be something you're doing.
Typically. They never do that. They like everybody. What's wrong with you?
Oh, Shadow usually eats everybody in the party. I don't know what's wrong with him today.
Huh, must be full.
Commander Leonhardt taking that Earth Crystal, climbing up the Tower of Zot.
Finding just an officer and soldier manning the door, apparently. Okay, Golbez. Golbez dragging it out by slowly crumbling.
Why? And Dr. Cossack taking a look at the bosses in the Land of Summon Monsters.
Goes upstairs to save. He knows he's going to get through him eventually. I guess going... I thought we were going to use the inn. Okay. Oh, nope, we are going to use the inn. Okay.
Yeah. Haven't found cabins for sale, I suppose. That's
Makes
another
sense.
foo at the top of Tower Zot.
Have you heard about second Fu? Now, Fu leads Fu into the other room, and underneath the ball is Kane.
I doubt there's room in the party for a traitor at this point.
No, he's no, we're past the point where we need an okay melee, but we will take second Fu.
Harumph finds the Sand Ruby in the Baron trash can.
Oh, we spoke too soon. Commander Leonhardt taking Kane over Palom. Possibly going for a Fu and a couple of Berserker friends strategy here.
Yeah, that seems like a bunch of melee and then Foos.
To be fair, we did already find one of Kane's best weapons earlier too, in the defense sword, and we know we have a bunch of power shirts and Zeus gauntlets floating around, so we also have the Dragoon Spear, so not a bad day to be Kane.
Oh, I just can't wait to be Kane.
Oh no. What have I
Harumph
done?
diving into the basement. And it helps that Commander hasn't done his grind yet either.
Yeah, he's really finding all these before he commits to an entire party, and that's nice. And there's a CPU on the throne.
So the barren basement is actually the server room. And Harumph is going to do some IT work.
It's just so far underground because we need to keep it cool.
Exactly. And, there are no windows down here, but computers don't really need windows.
No, they can run Linux or BSD or something proprietary. I'm going for a YOLO strat here and just berserking up that Cecil. I was curious to see if he was going to cast Blink on the attacker first, but it seems like every time you do, Cecil just swings straight for it.
Yeah, seriously. It seems as if Cecil sees like 3 attackers, then he'll just obviously swing at one.
He says, oh no, so many orbs. Can't ponder them all. Must strike a couple down.
It is funny how the blink makes everybody miss, because everybody knows that if you see 3 of something, you just swing at the one in the middle.
Is that how that works?
Yes. Yeah, whenever you're seeing double, just go for the one in the middle.
I'll remember that next time if I'm seeing double? If I'm seeing 2? So swing for the empty space. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Enchi Day following up, coming into Baron here, going to see who's on the throne soon. Looks like Leonhardt, well, I thought he was going to do the same thing, but now he's taking his foos and he's leaving.
I did not see the reward for completing the Tower of Zot.
Yeah, just a glass hat for your second Fusoya.
Well, that's nice.
Especially with this many backroad characters, the odds are good that one of your Fusoyas is going to have to stand out front. You may as well give him the inexplicably strong glass hat.
And Dr. Cossack also getting his go mode.
Nice, well done getting that Baron key. Commander Leonhardt, with the power of 2 Fusoyas, apparently now feeling up to taking on Cave Bahamut. Not bad. It does mean he will get to skip out on one of those other objectives. Possibly the Odin Throne, or the, not the King of Monsters, as we discovered.
No, the King of Monsters is hard required.
Yeah,
and
hopefully this doesn't lead Leonhardt down the moon looking for the Baron key.
that is what I'm afraid of.
That is the danger. And NG Dave also going right down to that Odin Throne. Can we get the good news that it's just the server room, and we just need to give this CPU a quick smack in the head to reboot it.
And meanwhile, never let it be said that Harumph isn't completely committed. Harumph fading harp.
Harumph saying, you know what, I could do the harp check, but what if I just did Cave Bahamut instead?
Incredible. A legend.
Well, the nice part is this will also put him on the moon, so if he feels comfortable with his levels, which I haven't seen, he may or may not by now, finishing Cave Bahamut, and then he's just, no, never mind, those are not Zeromus levels.
No, they are not.
Those are barely, those are barely Cave Bahamut levels. If only for the fact that we know that it's Dark Elf, so. Okay, well, they might be Asuka takes on Zeromus levels, but not a lot of people.
And Commander Leonhardt does get to the Dragon phase. Cave Bahamut, very punchy, and this dragon likes to hit.
I believe, however, that I just saw Cecil swing on it for a lot of 9s. Many 9s.
And that Kane with the Dragoon Spear also swung on it for a big faux numbers. And Commander Leonhardt is through.
Alright, now let's hope he turns around and goes to fight the King of Summon Monsters and doesn't just go straight down the moon. Dr. Cossack deciding it's time to kill eggs on his side too.
Yeah, Dr. Cossack has really eaten, well, not a balanced breakfast, but a lot of breakfast.
Yeah, just really all eggs. Just a big pile of 30 eggs.
Yeah, don't you need like a big bowl of sugary cereal to make it balanced?
No, 30 sirens in a dream. We're done here. Oh, I did not actually notice that. NG Dave took on the Odin throne before coming to fight the regular throne.
Very nice. If you have the levels, it's a little bit quicker to do the basement throne before the regular throne. You don't have to go back into the castle.
Yeah, and looking at those health totals, yeah, he's got the levels, and that's why we saw double swag rocks from NG Dave.
Wonder if he found a curse ring for that Sid.
I don't know. I mean, he's got a Dorfax, but that Sid also has 4,100 hit points, so he's a nice, healthy level. If not, maybe he can go pick up a Palom or someone that he dropped in the tower bushes.
Commander trading in that Legend Sword and Adamant, probably for the shop check. Harump has his crystal. The first of our restreamed runners to have the crystal, but Harump still has to do a grind. Or still has to stare down Zeromus with level 35 and a lot of gumption.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I don't know if we've seen any Star Veils particularly, which would maybe, lend themselves to low-level strats. But I don't know.
Gonna hop back into King Bahamut. I believe he picked up some sirens while he was underground, and this would lend itself to a gold dragon grind.
All right, yeah, definitely a good time to do gold dragons. There's also those behemoths down here, and he's turning encounters back on. So we're gonna take a behemoth first. It looks like.
Yeah, it's time.
Behemoth's not too bad.
So, what's the strategy?
Well, it's
your force.
It is to hit them, and it is to hit them again, and it is to not cast spells on them. As long as you're just hitting them, the only thing they'll do is hit you back. And if you have a blink spell, well, they can't hit you back. They don't know the go for the center one strategy.
And the nice thing about them is they will only counterattack. So you can take your time in setting up blinks on everybody that you want to actually gain levels.
Yep, you've got time to say, let that Porum take a little nap while you blink up, or that other Palom, excuse me. While first Palom and Porum and Cecil and Rosa enjoy the benefits of blink. Oh, nope, never mind, we're getting up the other one. And then once they're done, all we have to do is berserk that Cecil, and he'll easily beat it down.
And Commander Leonhardt taking the truism part, looks like is going to take on the king in the land of summoned monsters and be well on his way.
Very good. Trusting in do your objectives rather than going for a wild key item hunt. I like it.
And Enja Dave has his crystal, has the levels. He's ready to go.
Yeah, and most importantly, has the pass in hand. I think NG Dave might be on his way over to fight Zeromus right now.
Yep, gonna bypass Mist Village. Stoppable Force, a member of the tourism board there, says there's no reason to go there. But there is a reason to go to Troya and check out the back room.
Great things to do on the moon. 1, leave. All right. We're finally seeing some Z flags in the chat. I mean, I know it is a little late, but I mean, this seed's only run about an hour. These people can't be tired yet, right?
No, they're not tired. They are waving that Z flag because Z is always looking fabulous. Zeromus, the big boss at the end, we gotta dress him up. We gotta randomize him. Can't move him around. But we do have to dress him up. And so, Stoppable, what do we say?
Well, in order to find out what cosplay Zeromus is rocking, we ask, whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
Yeah, and we have to ask that. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Yeah, otherwise the crystal just fails, and our runners are looking at us expectantly, and I just can't handle that kind of pressure. So we'd ask the question, the crystal will work. We get to see what what enemy or food or characters Zeromus is cosplaying as, and that'll be very exciting.
Right.
Out of a giant pool of... God, what is the number even up to now? I just realized it's gone up again.
Yeah, a lot. That's a very scientific number.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes. It's more than 525, but less than Avogadro's number.
Yeah, Scala is now estimating 560 with 4 question marks. Oh no, it's a rhythm Gimus.
Oh no. The Zeromus is inside the party.
Oh no. Okay, so for this, I think you just have to hit the note when it crosses over the party member. That's how it works, right?
That's how it works. Yeah. Hit the one in the middle.
Yeah, perfect. This is, of course, a note pattern from Final Fantasy Theatrhythm, a word I pulled off flawlessly somehow. Final Fantasy music came for the 3DS, I believe, which everyone should go get before all the DLC becomes unpurchasable.
Hey, Theatrhythm, when you get the blues. Yeah, this Rhythm Nation is not going to be long for this world.
No, we've got the Silva about to slow him down. We've got the counter nuke just coming out and hitting one of the kids. Not really where you want it. You really want that to go into Sid's 4,100 health pool, but you take what you can get. Reflecting nukes off of Cecil. Cecil swinging his holy sword. And today really kind of putting on just a real good Zeromus fight here. I think he'll be through before long.
Just a clinic on how to do hybrid strats. Really nicely done. But the kid is going to get lost in those notes.
Yeah, he keeps stepping out of line. Get back, kid. Get back.
Get back in the hole.
Alright, there's first big bang coming out. I believe that's the first one, and all this damage has come out. It's nerfed. It's not going to be a thing. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Not an issue at all.
Harumph is Harumph doing some kind of moon grind? Is he picking up trap chests? I have not been watching, and now he's fighting a red giant.
Yeah, I believe Harumph just kept encounters on, but
oh, that's interesting. I wonder if this was on purpose then. If he never picked up sirens, he may just be he may be running into a regular encounter in Cave Bahamut.
Commander doing his grind.
Yep. Beating up his eggs. Dr. Cossack fighting Golbez. Golbez knocking down everyone in the middle. So he is following your plan here.
It's something that everybody knows. I'm telling you.
Just learn something new every day.
And Edge of Dave takes down Zeromus.
Wow.
What a fight, and he finishes in first place.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
With a time of 1:05:24, and he joins us now for an interview. GG's, Edge of Dave.
Thank you. GG.
So that was a really flawless Z fight. You found a really good party and were able to just blast the heck out of him. What do you think of that seed?
Honestly, I was kind of smelling fuel early on when got the darkness, got the Twin Harp, got underground early. Because I had seriously gotten the D Machine chart out when Tella and a bunch of mages came up. I was like, no, that's a bad play.
Yeah, turns out that wasn't required at all. And
plus, no one wants to see that. We've seen enough of that, I think. Although eggs were the play here because Reflect is just so good for this party.
Well, you got underground access to start at very early Darkness Crystal. The seed kind of didn't leave you with a whole lot of direction. How did you decide how to attack the seed with so many open spots available?
Well, first, freebie. That's the obvious starting play, I think. And then I wanted the third character because maybe, you know, underground access or maybe, you know, take a siren, get a third character up and running, then check Antline for the pan, which was in the Frame Max freebie, but I didn't know at the time. So that was the start, and then just really follow where key items could be, and then once I had power, do the objectives, and that led to go mode.
Yeah, in fact, Antline rewarding that pass, only needing 4 out of 5 objectives. How did you feel about the completely optional moon?
Good news, couldn't guess wrong on it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, go ahead.
It doesn't matter going top down or bottom up if you never have to do either.
Exactly. Can't guess wrong on the moon if you never go there.
It's true. Really, the only wrong answer is to play the moon.
Yeah, given that the moon's was required a lot in the last tournament, it's a bit odd not going there.
And were you getting used to having 5 characters again?
It's still a new and fresh experience having that 5th slot.
Well, what do you think of the standard ladder flags overall? This seems like a fun flag set. Do you have a lot of experience tangling on the ladder with this?
No, only because I haven't really. Ladder standard really hasn't, and ladder hard as well, really haven't meshed with my work times yet. But that's just because I don't really get home until after the 7 o'clock races fire.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Apparently, based on this showing, you really put on a seminar on how to do the ladder standard here.
Oh, it helps that this feels very similar to Adamant Cup groups.
Yeah, the T Wildish and the S standard especially, and the free key item, it kind of lend itself to it a little bit.
Yeah. From what I can see of our other racers, looks like everyone went towards mage strats.
Yeah, out of the other restreamers, really, Commander Leonhardt probably the only one with as many physical attackers as mages with his Kane and his Cecil on his team. But then he's going for a Fu and 2 Berserker strat.
Ah, yes, me and my brother and the Zerkers.
Exactly.
Well, like you said, we're just coming off the Adamant Cup. What are you looking forward to in the quote-unquote off-season, in the community club season? A lot of good community clubs coming up.
I'm looking forward to the draft club. Drafting is just a load of fun in general. One of my fellow people on Restream today, Commander Leonhardt's got his 99%ers club, a mystery club where you basically end up building your own YAML. Also a fun club. And probably end up looking forward to, Tango. All the clubs are great. There's just not enough time in the week to do all of them.
Yeah, that is definitely the problem I'm experiencing. There are so many clubs right now, and there are only so many hours in the day. I want to do all of them. They all have their own appeal.
Disregard work and sleep. That should give you enough time.
Yeah, it's perfect. Less sleep, more free enterprise.
Okay, don't disregard sleep. Just disregard work. Alright, don't disregard that either.
NG Dave not actually responsible for any side effects of disregarding sleep or work to play Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise.
Yeah, we're just talking. We're not giving life advice, unless we are.
Yeah, only when we are.
Never take life advice from an engineer. We don't know what we're talking about when it comes to that.
Well, you did proved to be more than a Ramblin' Wreck. You proved to be our first place finisher. Once again, GG's.
I will, and I hope to get to play this on the ladder soon.
Fingers crossed. GG's.
Have a good one.
While we were talking to NG Dave, we do have some more finishes to announce. Tybalt finishes in second place with a time of 1:06.25. Blurry 14 finishes in third place with a time of 1:09.20. Twisted Flax in fourth place with a time of 1:11.01. And Dr. Cossack finishes in fifth place with a time of 1:12.22. See if we can get him in for an interview. But a really clean Z fight from him as well, stoppable.
Absolutely. And from the look of it, I don't think Rumpf will be too far behind.
Certainly not, and it'll be fun to get everybody in for an interview. Commander Leonhardt just getting into his Z fight. And Harumph taking... Harumph's level's a little low. Still in control, but could be a little hairier than what we've seen from Enja Dave and Dr. Cossack.
Yeah, really appears to be leaning heavily on the Cecil here. The double white mage is really nice for keeping alive, even when you do things like eat an unnerfed Big Bang. But probably needs to get that Palom back on get Palom back on his feet sooner rather than later.
And we are joined by Dr. Cossack. GG's.
Yep.
Thank you.
So that was an interesting open seed. What do you think of the lack of direction the seed gave you?
That was fun. Then when I found the sirens, the mages, I'm thinking do 30 sirens, but I thought I'd have to go to the moon for Baron Key. You didn't.
Surprise! We made the moon optional tonight.
Totally haunted. And Harumph on stream finishes off his Zeromus. So, Dr. Cossack, the opening Magma Key really started you off on a jet right away.
Yeah.
Does that suit you, do you think?
I don't like them, but I can do them. Better here than in a tournament race.
Well, what do you think of the standard ladder flags? Have you been on the ladder practicing these flags?
Yeah, I played a few. And some ladder hard. Ladder hard, I don't have as much of an opinion. My schedule doesn't match up, and I've had a couple edge starts, which makes it a little too easy.
And what would you say to people who think that this flag set looks interesting and maybe you want to give the ladder a try?
I would recommend it. Fairly easy to start off sometimes. This one, gives a decent amount of power to get things started, for sure.
Yeah, the T Wildish really opens up a lot of the looting possibilities, which is nice.
Yeah, find hourglasses early. If you have a Sid, you can tank Eblin.
Yeah, I really think the available power combined with the the sheer amount of key item locations here. This may be a low skill floor, high skill ceiling flag set. I can see this being really approachable, but also I could see where you could get really practiced at running this one.
Yep. Awesome. Did anyone check the treasury on Restream, or?
Yeah, so had some nice stuff, a bunch of Cecil and Edge gear.
Yeah, there's a lot of the things that you'd already seen from Eblin Castle and elsewhere. More Zeus gauntlets, more power shirts. I think there might have been a second Stardust Rod in there, maybe.
I can check real quick. Another Stardust Rod would have helped a little bit.
Mm. Well, as we're kind of transitioning into the community club season, what are you looking forward to coming up on Free Enterprise?
Not sure. There's so many. I don't know if I have enough time for all of them.
It really is a plethora of options. It's really nice to see.
Yep. 99%ers looks interesting. I'm going to be doing Troy and Tango for sure.
Yeah, Troy and Tango, for people who are not familiar with it, are 2v2 club. Very interesting way to play Free Enterprise with the closest we get to turning it into a team sport, really.
Well, any final thoughts, Dr. Cossack, on the seed, on the community or race as a whole? Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nope. I'll see you next Friday.
We can't wait. GG's again.
Thank you.
And I believe we are joined by Harumph, who finished in 7th place. GG's.
Thank you.
And way to commit to the bit, Fading Heart.
I will, given how early that the item was made available here, 7th place isn't too bad.
And that was a really well-run race at lower levels than some of the other runners we saw on Restream, where you just went full speed ahead for a while.
Yeah, I'm not sure here if anyone found a hook or sirens throughout the season. Much of the sirens were in Cave Emblem. It's I don't have the luxury of that type of grind here, so alright, I'm done my objectives here. Still a few more levels here. Looks like it's going to be behemoths.
Yeah, I believe the hook may have come from Cave Magnus, actually.
Yeah, I was never going to find out.
No, but still an extremely well done race. The only one of our on stream runners to complete an objective on the otherwise completely one of the two to complete an objective on the otherwise completely optional moon.
Yeah.
So so we've asked the others, just with a completely open seed almost right off the bat. You get the magma key immediately, you get the darkness crystal very quickly. Tell us some of your early routing thoughts for a seed where you can go pretty much anywhere almost right off the bat.
Yeah, it's always a common. It's a frequent debate here. If you haven't started magma key, do you dive the moon really early, or do you take care of the overworld first here? Or in the past, I've gone down magma here. And in retrospect, I probably should have here because the loot in Fame was fantastic. Eblin Castle wasn't too bad, given the choice. If I could choose one or the other, I picked Fame Shield looting instead because there was enough gear for for early Sid.
Yeah, as I believe Sheep Launcher pointed out at one point, there's one chest in the Fame Arch where you pull the Zeus gauntlet, and then the very next one is an Ogre Axe. There's your starting Sid kit.
Yeah, yeah, and then the Ogre Axe later on here, and then when you find a monster chest on your second chest, you're basically free to loot the entire thing at that point.
Yeah, very much so. And your Z fight was a little squirrely, but you managed to pull through.
Yeah, it was one. Yeah, Cecil wasn't putting out quite as much damage as I would have liked here, so I ended up not Big Bang right into a tip. Second Big Bang right into a tip as opposed to typically it would have been a little bit less dicey. I still see Second Big Bang after that here, but would have been a little more comfortable. I'm sure here if I had tips. But Crystal Ring here did work in minimizing damage here, at least keeping 2 of the white mages alive here, so it was pretty easy to work around it.
Well, with the tournament having wrapped up, what are you looking forward to in the next stage of Free Enterprise?
I'm not making as many potentially punishing mistakes as I did in this race here. There was the mistake of pitching the Tella at Dwarf Castle here and not getting Palom to work. Fortunately, was not punished for that. It's had there been the key item behind Luke key here that could have jumped. I didn't race in the last I didn't race in the last tournament, so just take my time here. And gonna enjoy the opportunity to race when I can here, and have other people take revenge here for the heck I rolled them during the tournaments.
All right. Well, Stoppable Force. Any other questions for Harumph?
No, nothing I can think of. Just a good job running a race, Harumph. GG.
And before we go here, of course, we don't have to shed out here the restream team here. Asuka back behind, pushing, rolling a great heart-free seed, beating the Starry at the buttons, and our comps team, of course, here. It's not before Sheep Launcher. Great job as always.
Is one of the best to do it on the Restream team, and showing that he's a phenomenally talented runner as well. GG's again.
Thanks. Have a great night.
Commander Leonhardt did take a wipe to that Rhythmus. Got tripped up by the notes just a little bit, but going to regroup and tangle with it again.
Yep, gonna hop back in and see if his inputs are a little more on point this time. I think he just had his fight go a little squirrely like Harumph, so I'm sure he'll be on the mark this time.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that Zeromus is a really tough boss.
Yeah, he. I mean, we all know he's waiting for us there at the back of most of our seeds, unless they're a win game, obviously. But we just get so used to fighting him that sometimes we forget that he does kind of fight back.
While we were chatting with our runners, did want to update the off-stream runners, and there were 17 racers in at one point, but finishing in 6th place with a time of 1:14.22 is Jay Brunter. In 8th place with a time of 1:19.15, Dekar Smash. Fiery Blizzard finished in 9th place with a time of 1:19.23. Scythe Marshall finishes in 10th place with a time of 1:19.45. GG's.
Yeah, a lot of these recognizable names just coming in one right after the other here. It's really great to see these nice big community races again.
It really is fun to see 4 runners on a screen at once.
Yeah. Speaking of which, shout out. We've had shout outs to Asuka. Obviously, Asuka, welcome back to pushing the buttons. I know you had to dust off Streamlink to get your restream going. Special shout out tonight to Beauty and Discovery. 4-person tracking is not easy, and you've done an excellent job.
Yeah, especially on a free key item seed with a seed wide open with lots of possibilities. Beauty and Discovery doing a phenomenal job. And thank you to Stoppable Force for being the smart one up here.
Is that what I'm doing here? Okay.
Well, it's certainly not me.
We get on stream and discover that we're both the flavor commentary. Oh no! But no, it's been fantastic, Sheep Launcher. It's been a complete hoot to finish out Friday night with this.
Yes. And want to point out that this Rhythmus has the notes from the Zeroma's theme, which is really cool.
Is that wow? I'm even more impressed than ever. Bravo, Scala Kitty.
Our art director, Scala Kitty, outdoing herself yet again.
Yeah, it's not just all Sephiroth sprites up in here. It's the extreme attention to detail is amazing.
And of course, if you go to FF4FE.com or head on to the Discord, you can suggest a Z sprite if you have a burning idea that you think needs to that you think Zeromus needs to cloak himself in. Go ahead and make that suggestion.
Yep, obviously we do tend to award them to people for winning tournaments or for extreme amounts of volunteering during these tournaments, but we have a suggestion box open at all times, and who knows what'll tickle Scala's fancy.
I think we know what will tickle Scala's fancy, but there are other things too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally waiting for. So Scala has this headcanon that Cecil's dad and Fusoya were both extremely hot when they were young, and personally, I'm just waiting for the Kluya and young Fusoya sprite to show up.
I don't think that's headcanon in so much as it's a provable fact.
I think it's very possible.
This fight going much more smoothly for Commander Leonhardt.
Yeah, this is he's definitely in control here. It's only a matter of time until he gets through it this time around.
Always great to see Commander the first to find to go to that moon, find the Darkness Crystal, really give us a peek at Cape Bahamut. Was leaving for a little bit, made a extra trip to the moon that maybe he didn't have to.
Yeah, it's really surprising, but you don't really realize until you're in a race situation how much time you're tapping your foot waiting for that that animation of going to the moon or to the blue planet to finish. You're like, come on, I've got things to do. I get it, big whale.
I mean, who knew space travel would take time?
I know, right? It's almost like there's large distances involved or something. It's wild.
Star Trek lied to me.
Yeah, I guess Star Trek didn't have a giant magic space whale. Star Trek probably did have a giant magic space whale, actually. It just wasn't also a spaceship.
Well, Star Trek can't have everything, I suppose.
Yeah, there was that one movie where they had to go back in time to get a whale. I remember that one.
And Commander healing up his party to full levels. Is Star Trek 4 the space whale movie?
Yeah, it's the one where they have. I think they actually do have to go back in time to get a whale. I think it's the one with the famous scene of Montgomery Scott yelling at a mouse on an old Apple computer.
Okay, so it's the even Star Treks that are the great ones, right?
Absolutely, yes. So, Sheep Launcher, while we're watching the end of this, what are you looking forward to in club season?
Oh, all of the clubs just look like so much fun. I can't wait to dive into all of them. And I was actually looking at the Film Friends group where, it combines two of my big loves, which is Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise and tangential pop culture references. uh, a series of seeds, of flags based on loosely on film synopses, I can get down with that.
Yeah, it is. It is really interesting how we have everything from extremely technical flag based clubs to extremely high concept clubs like Perspective of and Film Friends, and then everything in between. Like there's something for everyone. Like I said, I would join all of them if I want to, and I especially want to plug if people are out there and you are new to Free Enterprise and you're thinking, how can I learn to play Free Enterprise in a supportive environment? Besides our Discord, which is already a fantastic place that you should go join anyway, Club Season means the return of the Pink Puff Club, the premier place for entry-level competitive Free Enterprise players, headed up by our own restreamer, Asuka. And I cannot say enough good things about the Pink Puff Club. Pink Puffs for life.
Yes, and as Commander Leonhardt in Medio Phase, his Z fight almost done. Stay tuned right after our interview with Commander Leonhardt, where you can find out where to find out more about all the community clubs we have coming up. It's going to be a really fun time, so stay tuned.
Yeah, in fact, maybe we can get Commander to plug his club a little bit too. And then we've got some exciting club info for everybody. And there's the shake and the rhythm game finally going down.
The rhythm is gonna get you, but in this case, Commander Leonhardt got the rhythm. Finishes in 11th place with a time of 1:33:47. GG's to Commander Leonhardt.
Yeah, I guess you could say that he's got the beat.
He's got it beat. And we are joined now by Commander Leonhardt. GG's.
Thank you.
So a little bit of a rough Z fight, but overall you ran a really strong race there. What do you think of that seed?
Nice and fun. I mean, like you said, rough Z fight. I knew it was sketchy going in. I didn't have, like, despite my searching, I had nothing in the way of really defensive gear. I got some ribbons. But ribbons are not enough to really get you reliable dodges on big bangs, and 1800 on Rosa means I'm looking for 2 dodges to stand up. So I knew it was sketchy going in, which is why the first time through I was going for so many nerfs. But yeah, it's a community race with a whole bunch of people. It's a different mindset than a 1v1, so you push a little harder sometimes and see how it plays out. But for the seed in a whole, yeah, fun. 4 out of 5 is nice. It means I didn't have to worry about what that basement was. One objective eventually led to another. I was flirting with the idea of D-Money. I didn't want to do it. I'm not a fan, but I accept sometimes it's necessary. But I was toying with the idea, and then I went up Zot, and I found a second Foo and a Cane. And I said, oh, you know what? Sirens will be fine. It'll be okay.
Yeah, this seed kind of invited you to... It didn't really funnel you in any particular direction. What do you think of the openness of it?
Yeah, that was definitely a thing. Check your freebies, see where they lead you. You know, got a magma, took it underground, gave me a pan, I made an easy single dip Fabul, and then just started going from there where the seed took me. Started looking for characters, and just started working my way through things one at a time. Saw that Telon Hobbs, and that's when that D-Money, especially with all the mages I had at the time, started to tickle its thought in my head. At that point, yeah, it was mostly for me just about characters and trying to assemble a party. So I started prioritizing character checks, got ordeals out of the way. I don't remember if I had a Foo when I first went to ordeals, but I definitely had a Tela, so that was enough reason.
I believe the first foo was in Cave Evelyn, so it would have been a little bit
Yeah.
before anybody got to that one, but it looked like a real good decision at the time and in hindsight both.
Yeah, that's right. There was the first one in Evelyn. I definitely didn't have foo then. Could have. We got the Twin Harp early enough, but wasn't the case.
So, what do you think of the ladder standard flags? I know you duck in to the ladder from time to time. What do you think?
As time permits. Nifty. 4 out of 5 is nice for keeping the time a little more reasonable. I understand why one restricts Cecil. I get it. Doesn't mean I am or ever will be a fan. Like, I mean, me personally, I'd rather deal with vanilla agility than a restricted Cecil because, I mean, you saw how I ran this today. I wasn't ever at any point concerned about my anchor, and when it came time to find Z, I said, oh, I've got a 28. Let's go. Granted, the way that first Z fight went might, in some people's eyes, be an argument against it, but I will firmly say that that Z fight was a commentary on the value of white shirts and protector rings rather than anchoring. But overall, yeah, fun. Good times.
Speaking of fun and good times, we'll shift gears here a sec. Obviously, coming out of the Adama Cup, we're going into club season, and word has it that you're starting a new club for club season. You want to tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. I'll have more to say when we do the club showcase tomorrow at 3. Short version is it's a, I guess you could call it a combination mystery legacy club. It's a YAML that changes from week to week based on the picks that the people made that ran the previous week, and the higher the placement you have in the race, the less weight your pick has. So the idea there, between that and restricting a lot of the choices that you can make anyway, is to stop the YAML from getting out of hand and becoming something kata. And we're in the middle of the first week now, actually, and it async is open until Sunday.
That sounds fantastic. I love a club where the flags change based on the whims of the people who are running it.
Yeah, the legacy format is definitely something that I enjoy and wanted to find a way to incorporate.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting twist. You're leaving your mark on it, but you're not. It's not guaranteed, so we don't have a situation where, like you said, it guaranteed to turn into some kind of kata seed generator. Nor do we have some of the things that cropped up towards the end of the original Legacy Club, where it got very vanilla for a while there.
Yeah, that's the joy of the YAML. Like you say, no promises. You know, you can put your chips on the space you want, and you know, we'll see where the wheel spins each week and what happens, because mystery's fun that way.
Well, any final thoughts on tonight's seed, or on the upcoming club season, or anything else you want to talk about?
We have an embarrassment of riches with this club season, and I think it's awesome. There are so many people, not just me, that are coming out and saying, I'm doing this club, I'm doing this club. Some will be restreamed live races, some will be asyncs, and even if I didn't have a regular job and I was just full-time streamer or something, I could not do all of these clubs. There's a lot to choose from, and I think it's awesome that so many people in this community are stepping up and making this club season something amazing.
And we are going to hear about just how amazing this club season is going to be in just a little bit. But Commander Leonhardt, you are amazing as well. GG's on your 11th place finish.
Thank you. Y'all are amazing too. Sheep Launcher, Stoppable. I'm looking forward, as always, to going back and hearing the commentary and seeing how everyone else routed this seed. Asuka, welcome back to the restreaming. Good job. Fun seed. Beauty and Discovery. Enjoy pushing the buttons, lighting things up. We gave you some things to work with there.
GG's once again.
All
And
as well.
while we were talking, Goku Black finished in 12th place with a time of 1:41:34. Well, with our featured runners all finished up, we are going to send you elsewhere. But first, we got to tell you about what's coming up tomorrow on the Free Enterprise channel. Stoppable Force. Tell the people what they need to know.
Absolutely. You heard Commander Leonhardt just allude to it, but tomorrow on the main Free Enterprise channel, that's twitch.tv/Free Enterprise, not here on the Deuce, at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, Alchemy and Scala Kitty will be hosting a Community Club Coming Attractions Roundtable to give everyone a chance to talk about their club for the upcoming club season. And I cannot emphasize again how packed this season is. So you will definitely want to hit this roundtable up, see if you can find some clubs that interest you. Everything from live clubs to async clubs, which I'm super thankful for because my schedule is packed. But tomorrow on the main Free Enterprise channel at 3 p.m. Eastern for the Community Club Coming Attractions Roundtable. I know I wouldn't say it right twice.
Yeah, and if you are watching this on VOD or on YouTube, look that up. I'm sure it will be a VOD there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you can, as always, pop into our Discord. We have a new section entirely in the channels for community clubs, both for just discussing clubs in general, and then a lot of the clubs have their own dedicated discussion channels. So you can come hang out with us, find like-minded folks, play what interests you, learn a lot about the game, and really just get into it and hang out with us.
Yeah, and we can't wait to have you. So get on in there. But we are going to be sending you off to Fastest Furs. Fastest Furs is... what are they running?
I don't know what they're running right now. I know it's their Spring Spectacular Marathon, benefiting OAR. I haven't checked to see what they're running right now, but it'll be.
We'll all find out together. Yeah, OAR, a great benefit. So, for everybody here, again, thank you, Asuka. Thank you, Beauty and Discovery, and thank you, Stoppable Force. And until next time, so long.
Yep. Everybody, take care. Have a good evening.